Welcome to an amazing story that will inspire you and help improve your English skills. The life of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was one of the most brilliant inventors and scientists in history. His ideas and inventions changed the world and laid the foundation for modern technology. This is the story of his life, his struggles, and his incredible achievements. Early life. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in a small village called Smiljan, which is now part of Croatia. His father, Milutin Tesla, was a priest in the Serbian Orthodox Church, and his mother, Georgina Tesla, was a housewife. Georgina was very intelligent and had a talent for inventing small household tools. Nikola often said that he got his creativity and intelligence from his mother. From a very young age, Nikola was curious about the world. He loved nature and science and spent hours observing animals, plants, and how things worked. When he was just 5 years old, he tried to make a water wheel out of sticks to generate energy. It didn't work, but he learned from every failure. Nikola had an older brother named Dane, who was very talented. Everyone thought Dane would achieve great things, but tragically, he died in a horse-riding accident when Nikola was only 7 years old. This event deeply affected Nikola, and he became quieter and more introspective. He spent more time alone, reading books and experimenting. Education. Nikola excelled in school. He had an amazing memory and could memorize entire books and solve complex math problems in his head. His teachers were amazed by his intelligence. However, Nikola had one weakness: he worked so hard that he often got sick. In high school, Nikola developed a fascination with electricity. He began dreaming of ways to harness it and use it to power machines. While other students were just trying to pass their exams, Nikola was imagining a future where electricity would light up entire cities. One day, Nikola saw a picture of Niagara Falls in a book. He imagined using the power of water to create electricity. Most people would think this was impossible, but Nikola believed it could be done. He told his teacher, "One day, I will harness the power of Niagara Falls and light up cities." His classmates laughed at him, but Nikola didn't care. He had a vision, and he believed in it. University years. Nikola went on to study at the Austrian Polytechnic School in Graz. He worked so hard that he barely slept, often studying for 20 hours a day. But Nikola wasn't just a hard worker, he was also a perfectionist. One day, his professor showed the class a machine called a direct current DC motor, and said, "This is the best we can do. It cannot be improved." Nikola boldly replied, "I can make a better one." The professor laughed and dismissed him, but this comment planted a seed in Nikola's mind. He began thinking of a new type of motor that would be more efficient and revolutionary. However, Nikola faced many challenges during his university years. His hard work took a toll on his health, and he suffered a nervous breakdown. He also faced financial problems because his family couldn't afford to send him money. Despite these struggles, Nikola never gave up. He continued working on his dream of creating a motor that would change the world. The alternating current motor. One night, while walking in a park, Nikola had a sudden vision. He saw a design for a motor in his mind, a motor that didn't need brushes or wires. This was the beginning of Nikola's most famous invention, the alternating current AC motor. In 1884, at the age of 28, Nikola packed his belongings and set sail for New York City. He had no money, no connections, and barely spoke English. But he carried something far more valuable: his incredible ideas. Arrival in America. When Nikola arrived in America, he had a letter of recommendation from a friend. The letter was addressed to the famous inventor Thomas Edison, who was known for creating the light bulb and the direct current DC system. The letter read, "I know two great men, one is you, and the other is this young man." When Nikola met Edison, he presented his ideas for improving Edison's DC system. Edison was impressed by Nikola's intelligence, but skeptical about his ideas. Edison challenged him, saying, "If you can improve my system, I will pay you $50,000. Nikola worked day and night to redesign Edison's motors and generators. After months of hard work, Nikola succeeded. But when he asked for his payment, Edison laughed and said, "You don't understand American humor." Nikola was heartbroken. He had been cheated. The War of the Currents. Despite this betrayal, Nikola didn't give up. He believed in his vision of a better electrical system, one that used alternating current AC instead of DC. Unlike DC, AC could travel long distances and power entire cities. Nikola's ideas were revolutionary, but no one wanted to fund his experiments. For months, Nikola struggled to survive, doing small jobs like digging ditches for $2 a day. Even in these hard times, Nikola never stopped dreaming. In 1888, Nikola's luck changed. He met George Westinghouse, a wealthy businessman and inventor. Westinghouse believed in Nikola's AC system and offered him a contract to develop it. Nikola finally had the support he needed. Westinghouse paid Nikola $60,000 in cash and gave him a share of the profits. Nikola was overjoyed. He used the money to set up his laboratory, where he worked tirelessly on new inventions. Nikola's AC system was a direct threat to Edison's DC system. What followed was a fierce competition known as the War of the Currents. Edison tried to prove that AC was dangerous. He even went as far as electrocuting animals in public demonstrations to scare people. But Nikola wasn't afraid. He demonstrated the safety of AC by passing the current through his own body to light a bulb. People were amazed. Slowly, they began to see that Nikola's system was the future. the World's Fair in Niagara Falls. In 1893, Nikola achieved one of his greatest victories. He and Westinghouse won the contract to light up the World's Fair in Chicago using Nikola's AC system. This was a turning point. Millions of people saw the power of AC, and Nikola became a household name. But Nikola wasn't done yet. He remembered his childhood dream of harnessing Niagara Falls to generate electricity. In 1895, Nikola built the first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. When the switch was flipped, electricity flowed to the city of Buffalo, New York. Nikola's dream had come true. Inventions and discoveries. Nikola's mind was a treasure chest of ideas. Here are some of his most famous inventions. The Tesla coil. This device produced high-voltage electricity and became the foundation for modern wireless technology. Wireless communication. Nikola dreamed of a world where information could be sent through the air. This idea laid the groundwork for Wi-Fi and mobile phones. Radio. While many people credit Marconi with inventing the radio, Nikola's patents show that he had the idea first. Robotics. Nikola believed machines could be programmed to do human tasks, paving the way for modern robots. X-rays. Nikola's experiments with electricity helped advance the study of X-rays in medicine. Later life and legacy. Despite his incredible inventions, Nikola's personal life was filled with challenges. He was more interested in ideas than money. He gave up his rights to some of his patents to help Westinghouse during financial troubles. This decision cost Nikola millions of dollars. Nikola also lived a lonely life. He never married, saying, "I have given my life to science." He often worked late into the night, fueled by his passion for discovery. Nikola's ideas were so advanced that many people didn't understand them. For example, he envisioned a worldwide wireless communication system, what we now call the Internet. But in the late 1800s, this idea seemed like science fiction. Nikola even dreamed of providing free energy to the entire world. He built a tower called Wardenclyffe in New York to transmit electricity wirelessly. But the project ran out of funding, and the tower was never completed. The numbers 3, 6, and 9. Nikola Tesla was not just an inventor, he was a thinker and a visionary. One of his most famous ideas is connected to the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Nikola believed these numbers held the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. Nikola once said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." He noticed that these numbers appeared in mysterious ways in nature, mathematics, and energy. He believed that everything in the universe could be understood through numbers. For example, if you start with the number 1 and keep doubling it 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, etc., and then reduce these numbers to a single digit e. G16 becomes 1, 6, 7. The sequence becomes 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. Notice that 3, 6, and 9 are missing from this pattern. Nikola believed they existed on a higher plane of energy outside this cycle. Nikola also noticed that a circle has 360 degrees, and when you add 360, you get 9. No matter how you divide a circle, the sum of the angles always reduces to 3, 6, or 9. Nikola believed these numbers were special because they appeared everywhere in the natural world, from the shape of galaxies to the structure of atoms. Final years and death. In the final years of his life, Nikola lived alone in a small hotel room in New York City. He spent his days feeding pigeons, writing letters, and thinking about new ideas. Despite his solitude, his mind remained sharp, and he continued to dream of ways to improve the world. Nikola invented many things that were ahead of his time, such as wireless electricity, flying machines, and even ideas for renewable energy. But without funding, most of these projects remained unfinished. On January 7, 1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla passed away in his hotel room. He died alone, with no money and little recognition. However, his contributions to science and technology were undeniable. After his death, the world began to realize the importance of his work. Scientists, engineers, and inventors studied his ideas, and his legacy grew stronger with each passing year. Today, Nikola Tesla is celebrated as one of the greatest inventors in history. His work laid the foundation for modern electricity, wireless communication, and countless other technologies. The Tesla unit, used to measure magnetic fields, is named in his honor. Even the company Tesla, Inc., which makes electric cars, is named after him as a tribute to his vision of clean and sustainable energy. Lessons from Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla's life teaches us many valuable lessons. Follow your passion. Nikola's love for science drove him to create inventions that changed the world. He didn't care about money or fame, he cared about making a difference. Overcome challenges. Nikola faced betrayal, financial struggles, and loneliness, but he never gave up. He kept working toward his dreams, no matter how difficult life became. Think big. Nikola didn't just solve small problems, he dreamed of transforming the world. His vision inspires us to think beyond limits and aim for greatness. Stay true to yourself. Nikola lived an unconventional life. He didn't follow society's expectations. Instead, he followed his own path. Conclusion. Nikola Tesla's life teaches us that success is not about wealth or popularity. It's about the impact you make on the world. Nikola gave us the gift of electricity, the foundation of modern technology, and a vision of a better future. If you ever feel like giving up, remember Nikola Tesla. He faced rejection, loneliness, and failure, but he kept moving forward. He believed in his dreams when no one else did. You too can achieve greatness. Dream big, work hard, and never give up. Who knows, maybe one day, your name will be remembered alongside Nikola's as someone who changed the world.
Thank you for listening. Please subscribe this channel and enjoy learning English.